I'm here. Are you there? Anybody in there? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tis the season. Tis the season. Yes. How many of you guys out there are having a good time? Want to make sure that, oh, let me double check this. I've changed my whole system up. Yep, you can hear me. You can hear me. I changed a lot of this system up. And so, therefore, changes. And I need to do one other thing here that you guys and it's been a crazy day for me. Out visiting and dealing with some client stuff as I work through the shift. Work through the shift. Let's see. There is one other person that I know I need to. She's gonna be like, "What in the world are you doing?" Greetings, greetings. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in. And I know a lot of you people will watch me now, watch live, but also we will have you in the replay. And this evening, I know I didn't get the card, the marketing pushed out there earlier as I would like to do. So, we keep it moving, keep pushing. I'm going on almost a year doing this here. It will be a year in February. I was still working with Bishop. Bishop, of course, as everyone knows, transitioned. Uh, November the 19th, 2023. And there was a lot of beautiful recognition that we all seen that Bishop, people giving recognition to him. And we honor him. I mean, a lot of people honor him. We're good. We're good. But there's a few things I would like to do. One thing for sure is a little bit of reflection. A lot of people reflect with different things that they had. Uh, let's see, different things that people reflected on with Bishop Carlton Pearson. This what brought a lot of us together, and throughout the country, you guys seen a lot of different things that different posts and things of that nature that people had out there. I think it was a beautiful thing. One thing I would like to think about and reflect on and eventually speak on is I'd like to speak on um, the saying. He said something, and that was, I don't know if you guys remember, he talked about the seed. And he really had a strong feeling that in his transition that, you know what, I done a lot. I spoke to a lot of people. I built a ministry. Lots of people um, participated, built Azusa. And he was a global star in the charismatic Pentecostal um, traditional church space, right? He was a star. Um, Now I look back and I call it gospel Hollywood, right? Um, it birthed a lot of major ministries, and I was speaking with someone the other day, and they were talking about how Transformation Church um, is is it's a huge reflection of higher dimensions. A lot of the similar things that happened at higher dimensions in terms of time frame happens at transformation. You got a charismatic leader that is um, dynamic in the presentation. People tuning in from all over the world. Um, Gospel Hollywood. I think it's part of the evolution. One of the things I want you guys to know, I want you to know for sure and take this to heart. And that is that no matter what, the feeling is the secret. Try not to lean into or try not to be negative. And I know negative does happen. I know we have things that happen in our lives. I understand duality, right? Love, hate, um, bad, good, that sort of thing. And I'll speak on tonight when they talk about for God to love the world, he gave his own begotten son. Because if there's love in God, there has to be hate, right? But really, is if it's all love, but the devil would have the hate because I guess there's no love in the devil and there's no hate in God. We'll get back to that. Um, the cognitive dissonance. We'll get back to that. But make sure you're guarding your mind, guarding your spirit, guarding the essence of who you are. When it comes to negative emotion and how much emphasis, how much you give to that, and be very, very, very aware. Be very conscious, right? Tapped in, tuned in. And in order to be highly tapped in, highly tuned in, to get to an understanding of getting to an understanding of where you are with your spirit, within your state of being, separating that is a matter of learning to be, learning to separate the conscious mind or the consciousness of who you are or the spirit versus the thinker, right? There's practices that you can do to do that. The whole point, to me, one of the entire points of meditation is to practice the separation, feel the separation, right? Go into a space of understanding. And doing this while you're awake, a lot of people do this while they are asleep, or before bed. And it just, and it doesn't really work that way. You can do that, but we'll get more to that. But for now, let's have some fun. Y'all want to have some fun? Let's just have some bona fide fun. Me, you, and this expanded conscious community. And by the way, Miss DJ's here. Thank you. Your beautiful soul. Every last one of you. Miss Dorothy, thank you. You're a wonderful, beautiful soul. Beautiful, beautiful soul. Miss Teresa, thank you. Brother John, Thomas, what a wonderful time we had today. If you guys get a chance, make sure you go to Absolute Love on Facebook, because the way I look at expanded conscious community is it's a community of communities, right? Every last one of us has some level of community that we reach out to and we touch and we work with and we express, hopefully, right? And so Brother John Thomas is absolute love. He's doing his thing 100%. and I appreciate him and honor him. Brother Ruben, thank you so much for being here with us. Most definitely. I got your text. I haven't had a chance to message back. But last week I was late, just life. I can't even remember. Oh, something to do with my brother. Life goes on, still doing the live show. So almost the same thing. I had to go get my son, pick him up at work at 8 o'clock, and was dealing with a client. And but you know what? This is what I honestly, this is my heart. I love doing this. Thank you so much, brother Ruben. We are still uh, sending blessings on what has been done for you in your procedures, that you can bounce back and get to your book making, right? Get to he's another one. I don't know who's in this group that is not a creator. Like I think everybody that's within the expanded conscious community is just a bunch of creators. Like wouldn't there's not a bunch of people in here back sitting back in this group that's like, oh my God, thank you. What am I supposed to be doing with my life? We know. We know. We might question it, but we know, we know. Hey, Miss Holly. Thank you so much, you beautiful soul, Miss Holly. Oh, and Rose. So good to see you. So good to see you. Make sure you guys continue to, of course, like and share. Mother White, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Make sure you like, share, and understand that when you do that, you're bringing people into something I consider special. Um, because we are all fairly close, even as we expand and as we grow. I still believe it's a family. Um, so we're going to adventure out. Let me see here, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Let's see. I had this queued up and ready to go, and now my window is gone. And I will get to um, the topic, and I think it will expand on. We're all about expanded consciousness, and I believe this will expand on who you are, where you are, why you are becoming um, even closer, more deeper to the meaning. The meaning. Now, let's see where this actually um, this window went to, because I had that window ready to go, and she disappeared on me. Let's see here. I can get. I just may have to go back to it. How does that happen? You know what's funny is you'll get it when I show you this. Is like what I'm going through right now. Is a little different whenever you are um, handling all the back office while producing this. Um, huh. I guess I just completely killed my video I had queued up. So interesting. Huh. Usually what they would say back in the day whenever something doesn't go the way you want it to go is, um, you know what we would say. It's the devil. Back in the day, we were getting into. I think still people are that way today. They get into the Satan, the Lord rebuke you. That's which is an interesting statement. Sometimes I think we made up some things. And then we blame the devil. And it's us, right? It's you. You the problem. You don't want to deal with your own demons, is what it is, right? Here we go. I think I think this is the one. Yes, yes, here we go. I found it in my history. Let's have some fun tonight. Let's have some fun this evening, guys. Y'all ready? Let's have some fun. Thank you for Ms. Deidre for welcoming and speaking to people. That's really enjoyable. Um, let's have some fun. You see so many reflections and you see so many different things when it comes to Bishop. But I want to reflect on some things that most people probably won't reflect on. Let's go for it. This is so funny.
I just came on.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. I'm uploading them right now. Just that second video was super. It was 3 minutes long.
I think I'm on.
Oh, you are. Okay, there's one watching. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay, let me turn the other. Checking connection. Hello, Facebook. I'm going to wait. Some of you may not have known I was coming on because I didn't do a promo this time. So once you know I'm here and you're interested, of course, text a few friends, call somebody, make sure you like and subscribe. I forget to say that each time, but I see you on Instagram. Hello, folks.
He would say that each time, like and subscribe. He says that every single time, and then he'll say, "I forget to say that." But what was so hilarious is the fact that we were full on live right there. We were full on live, and he decided, and most likely with that, he started the live. So I don't know if it had the producer. No, I did have the producer because that's how you see this. Welcome to Expanded Consciousness Talk. But I have no idea what we had going on. But I do know one thing. I do know one thing is that was funny. That's one of the reflections that I remember working with Bishop and how laid back he was with doing this. He made it so personal. It was just laid back. It was very personal. And he communicated with us. Y'all remember that? You remember how he just would have a talk and he would just communicate with us like he was just right there in your living room? I don't know if you get a chance, and I know some of you guys do, but I really would say that use some of these videos and go back, right? Go back and look at look at some of these videos, right? It's it's so funny. when you- some of it's funny, some of it's hilarious, but at the same time, there's some good talks. And um, we're gonna just reminisce a little bit, just a little bit, right? This is to me how you really truly um, honor and remember and reflect on someone such as Bishop Carlton Pearson. You know, there's days that I feel like he's not gone. Um, it's kind of shocking to know or think about like not talking to him uh, for over a year. Um, it is that is yeah, that's it's pretty shocking just to think back and say, I haven't spoken with Bishop for over a year. Um, let's reminisce some of this stuff, and yes, I'll tell you more about private community stuff, and some of this stuff I will make it available um, behind closed doors. Can you? And I believe you guys can hear this. Check this out.
Hey, Mally. I'm my show is alive with Bishop Blunder in that group, and I'm running late. I'm running my dog to her babysitter, and but I wanted to ask you because I'll get back just in time to go on. I wanted to ask you. I guess I can use the big computer because I want to sit in that same room and do the show tonight. Is that possible, or do I need to use my laptop? I meant to ask you that last night, and I didn't get around to it. But anyway, you're in a meeting or something. So call me and let me know. There's no problem because if I can, I'll just use my laptop, which I've done all along anyway. But I'm running out to Jinx, and I'll come right back just in time to get online. I'd like to sit in that room and do my show with him from 7 to 8:30. All right. Thanks.
Did you guys hear that? Wasn't sure if you. I'm pretty sure I turned. Oh, I'm sorry if I blasted you out, but I turned my microphone up so that you can actually hear that. Okay, yeah. I want to make sure you can. I want to make sure you guys get to participate and do a little bit more than what would I say? Hear and listen to some of the things that you can anywhere, right? That right there, I don't know if you know, but that was okay. You heard it. So that was a voicemail um, from Bishop. um, oh, there's the clip from John Tom. There. Okay, I found the clip, brother John Thomas. The clip, but I have probably 20 voicemails from him where it's like all of a sudden he's leaving me a voicemail, and the voicemail is it can be kind of long, and it's just so fun. You can just sit there and listen to him rattle on, and it was a beautiful thing. Let's see if I have. I think I showed that before. Let's see what else. I want to see if I have anything else that is just really precious. Here's something that I know that I'm going to definitely this is going to be the first thing that I post and let people just in the community listen to. This was just he and I in my studio I had downtown. And this was in November of 2021. 5th. Yeah. So this was in November of 2021. And this is something that definitely is going to be the first thing that you get to hear. And let's hear a little bit of this. Here we go.
Just go 1, 2, 3. Daddy cracked up.
Check. And so you don't have to be too direct on there, but
Welcome to Easy Listening Sunday night. Your essential director, Carlton Pearson.
I don't have this fully. Let's see. So you're there. I'm here. So if this here, touch that one there. So you can
In my ears.
You can turn that up or down for
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
So if it's too loud or not loud enough,
Okay.
let's see. Make sure that's you. Check. Okay, this is me. So this one's you. So if you need to turn it up, you can. So I don't have this queued up like I want to, but I can hit this button here if I wanted to.
Oh. And you like a radio guy.
Yeah, but really, I'll put some other music on there.
Excuse me. I don't have my and I've got it in the car. You probably never even heard my After the Rain CD, have you?
Oh yeah.
That. If I do say so myself, I like the interludes of things I say in between, which Jesse found for me. But the songs like "Let It Be" and "Change" are my favorites on there. But they on a radio thing would be interjecting that in between. Start talking about change, play a little bit of it, and we're talking about let shift happens, let it be. That kind of song would be great.
Absolutely.
That's what Ira Glass did with This American Life.
Hold on.
He added music, and it was a huge hit.
That was just a little bit of the behind the scenes of us in my studio. And let me see if I can find for you the an edited piece of after I produced it. And there's two, probably over an hour episodes. And that, what was that? Yep, that's still the unproduced, which I will release the unproduced and the produced stuff within. And so I'm gonna show you a little bit of after me working on it and what it sounds like, because it's really cool. Really, really cool. We'll listen to a little bit of this.
I experienced a level of transcendence in my spirituality that was very satiating for me. It satisfied my desire, and it still does. I know how to go there. So it was precious and powerful. And I believe that I didn't just elect it, it elected me. And of course, I'm Pisces, and Pisces tend to be a combination of all zodiac signs, but we're the most mystical and transcendent of that group. It's intuitive from my studies.
What a joy it is to have Carlton Pearson, and a lot of people call him Bishop because of his life history, but I know him as my dear friend Carlton Pearson.
Of course, son of a bishop. That
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Well,
I kind of like that.
I like that too. I like that.
You son of a bishop.
Dear God, dear God. That is wonderful. It's beautiful to have you on a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful day, and I have him in the studio here, and we're going to record this beautiful podcast with you guys. And I hope you're enjoying whatever it is that you're doing in life. I know it really should be meaningful because this is a meaningful life of what I'm doing, right? I wish everyone could get up and have the opportunity to know with intention who they are and being their authentic self. And so last episode, it was Holy Shift. This is a Holy Shift movement, I believe, with you as a legacy of Azusa and Pentecostal movement. But now here we are in 2021, right? And that is well over 100 years ago. It has gained over 500 million people that worship in this way. Even the Catholics, I've read that they are kind of excited because of how much it has taken on Catholicism, and most people don't know that.
50 million, over 50 million Roman Catholics speak in tongues.
Over 50 million Roman Catholics, which they adopted that from.
That's the fastest growing element of Pentecost on the planet right now. Islam and Christianity, or Pentecostal Christianity, are the two fastest growing religions on the planet.
Okay. And so, see, I don't see us as growing a religion. All we're doing is speaking information.
Well, we're not about growing. We're about growing, but not religion, growing away from religion and growing into relationship with the self, the soul, the universe, with humanity, with spirituality, with various aspects of mysticism. Mystery, or is the missed story. Even Christianity has missed story. So does Judaism and Islam. We've missed the mystery of the mysteries.
Yes.
And that's what's peeking its head out at us culturally and globally. People are really asking questions, questioning answers, or asking questions, answering questions, and then questioning answers. And that's the part I like the most about it. Questioning the answers.
Okay. So how do we do that?
Question them. Just simply say, why, when you give an answer, why are you giving that answer? Where does the answer originate? Are you parroting or repeating or replicating, duplicating something you've heard? Do you believe that answer is accurate, or are you just giving it because it's rote? We throw out scriptures, even statements like "I love you," which is teach love. You don't really teach love. You forget to love. You remember to love, and you learn to hate. We come here loving, and through influences of people, we start developing hate, which is not a natural emotion.
Yes.
It's something that you have to make happen. Love is natural. It's normal. Animals have it. Love is as natural as fear, because fear is a protective thing, a survivalist tactic. Offending is different than defending. Defense comes natural because you automatically throw up your arm or hand if somebody strikes you, or you try to preserve yourself or reserve yourself. But we're getting to a place now in culture and in society when people are not preserving. They're just angry, and they're crying out and shouting out and acting out, all this stuff with guns. This whole Reitenhauer, am I saying it right? Rittenhauer situation in Illinois, when he took a gun, crossed state lines as a teenager, brought a gun with him. He was planning to use it, not to protect himself, but to not only to protect himself, but to offend a cause that he felt was threatening to him, which was the Black Lives Matter cause.
To me, I would say that there would have to be some kind of clinical or something that's going on with a person that says, I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to have my parent drop me off, and there's no other counselor, right? So we've been doing this for a while, right? Columbine to...
His mother needs as much therapy as he did. What mother would drop your kid off with a gun across lines in a situation that's already tense and not expect something violent to happen?
Right. So that's going back to your expanded consciousness. So what makes this not a religion is the fact that we want to affect the world at large in their thinking, not,
When people first hear us, they're not even thinking about religion. If I start talking about Jesus and the cross and,
Yes.
that everybody's saved from what?
right.
Is a question, and I don't mind discussing that anytime. Or saved from whom? Do we need Jesus to protect us from God? That's a religious discussion that I'm prone to have because I believe we have been sold a bill of goods, that we've been
Understand.
misguided, and only in this century are massive amounts of people beginning to reconsider that kind of
Right.
thing. Very, very responsibly, not reactionary. It's a response to the reality that we're all experiencing, which is, why do I believe this? Do I really believe this stuff? Even though my parents and grandparents and great grandparents and great on down the line believed it.
Right.
That doesn't mean I have to, and that doesn't mean I do.
And you shouldn't, because we evolve. It's
Yes.
called conscious evolution. But
And there's no revolution or evolution without dissolutions. There's certain things that are
Ooh.
dissolving
yes,
that we used to believe.
Yes.
Where you cannot learn without unlearning.
absolutely.
You cannot expand without expelling. It's part of the expansion is to expel things that don't fit anymore. It
Right.
doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. It doesn't coalesce.
Mm.
And we cannot be comfortable with these kinds of dichotomies anymore. We have to unload,
Yeah.
and stuff that we have stored up
Mhm.
that we don't even use anymore. A lot of the people who call themselves Christians don't know the scriptures, don't read the scriptures, and just like a lot of the politicians have never read the Constitution through.
Right. So they're just part of. It's kind of like big bandwagon in a way. I mean, but they truly believe what they believe, and I think that's okay. It's just, our old thinking always changes. It was the 4-minute mile. You hear about that?
Mm.
Okay, because there was belief that if you would run a mile under 4 minutes, your heart would explode. Nobody ever done it. No one ever done it. They were like, no way. And all of a sudden, one guy done it, did it, and all of a sudden, like, multiple people start doing it. Pew, 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 pew. We've always done this.
But you've heard we hear these things for years and years and years, and nobody acts them out or proves them. You just accept them as
Yeah.
real. And now people are questioning stuff in ways,
Yes.
legitimately questioning and demanding answers, and or at least a response.
Thank goodness.
It's good. It's
I mean, it's what's reversing racism
Mhm.
is the kids,
You're
right?
right.
And now it's not necessarily us that's causing the true disruption. It's people that agree with the people, right? I'm on their side. So I'm going to take my company money and I'm going to put it into these ideas, right? And so it's a shift, right? This is holy shift. There's holy shift happening everywhere. And it's going to be it's part of the metaverse.
And when we say holy, when I say holy, I mean sacred.
Sacred. Yeah.
Something that is special and intimate and holy to me, and that has a divinity to it, not a
Yeah.
religious sanctity, but a sacred separation from the norm
Yes.
and from that which is just accepted as colloquial. It's different, it's broad, it's bold, it's visionary, and I have been a deeply religious person all my life because I was raised in a deeply religious family
Yes.
and a deeply religious culture and consciousness. And I'll probably never stop, never get completely away from that. I'm just altering it.
So I don't know
Adjusting.
what I'm doing then. I'm just here. That's all. I'm going to always plead the fifth. I'm going to say, I don't know if I was in the studio with him. And then they say, why do you have that scarf on? And beads.
Why are you barefooted in a robe?
Walking around here with dreads and a beard, talking about Jesus. Somebody called me Black Jesus before on social media.
I like that.
Anyways, today I want to just move hard forward into more of this get your shift together. And what I believe we mean by that is people are going through things, right? From spiritual things, not just church and religion, but they're going through all sorts of things in their life.
Psychological is the biggest shift right now. People are really thinking, the psyche or the soul, the suke,
Yes,
the logic of thought,
yes,
free thought, is huge right now. And so shift just means to change or to adjust. Sometimes you need radical change. Sometimes you just need to make small adjustments. We have to make the change, manage the change, and ultimately master it. I was born halfway through the 20th century.
Yeah.
1953. I'm 21 years into the 21st century. I'll be 69 years on my next birthday. So I'm accepting the fact that the 20th century is different. It was powerful. I think it was prophetic. Even a lot of it was pathetic. We still survived it. We used what we used to survive the 20th century.
Yeah.
There's been no Pentecostal expression before or after the 20th century the way the one in the 20th century was. And I was right in the middle of that. So I'm okay with letting some of that go and expanding it to whatever and however the new paradigm manifests itself in the 21st century. I'm intrigued with the newness. I've mastered the last wave. I loved it. It was very powerful, very important, very poignant in my life. And that part foundationally will always be part of my life. But now I'm looking at this whole new shift that is creative and expansive and curious and adventurous and interesting and interested in its pace and place in the 21st century. We don't know what that is yet. And that's okay. But I'm enjoying the journey and not the destination, and not the coronation. I just like the course right now of evolution and exploration and experimentation. It's very life-giving to me. I'm not bored for the first time in a while. I'd been bored for most of the 90s of the last century. Was boredom to me because I had mastered a craft and I was looking for what's next. I was still in my 40s. And by the time I arrived at 50, I was through with that first half of my life and ready for the second half, but I didn't know what it was. And I didn't see any promise in what I'd been doing, not even in the church world, work or world, religion, all that. My mentors were dying. They were aged. They had poured into me. I had received from them, and I didn't see their successors.
Right.
I saw succession because what the institutions they had created was succeeding, but I didn't see successors who were going to represent that same thing. And the reason, and that's not a criticism as much as an observation, we didn't need somebody to represent that same thing or even to continue it. We needed something different. The universe demanded it. And it was confusing and frightening at first because it wasn't a repeat. We weren't replicating or duplicating. We were really replacing rather than repairing. Usually when the old people die, you start repairing what has been broke. Because when you last that long, as long as the Billy Grahams and the Oral Roberts, there's a lot of things broken when you die. The university was in debt when he retired. When he finally died, it was debt-free because the Greens came in and paid all that debt off. And now they're thriving out there beautifully. But they don't fit as with the founders of Hobby Lobby. But the Greens, but that university, that particular approach, unless they adjusted, and I think they're considering that, it won't fit in the 21st century with the same suave or sway that it did in the 20th century because the needs of culture have changed.
Absolutely. And I mean, but it was beautiful what was created. Both of us went to school at Oral Roberts University. It was beautiful in the experience of if you are born or raised around that experience.
Yeah.
And I would say it's one of the highest forms of, to me, in terms of whether it was I done technical things, right? I was part of the media side of Oral Roberts and communications. But one of the things I will say is I got top-notch education in that space. They've done a really good job, and I think they do
world class.
It's world class.
That was Oral's vision for world class training and a world class university Spirit, mind, and body. I love that concept.
Yeah.
That would work in any generation,
Yes.
in any culture. Spirit, mind, and body. The education or the expansion of the development of the whole person. Spirit, mind, and body. I love that.
But-
I'm continuing that part.
But I mean, the fact that he was able to build a school, it at the time. I mean, it was amazing, and I think the next evolution is people just getting. Of course, they're going to find ways to be educated outside of college, right? And courses, because you and I talked about courses in terms of spiritual courses. Most people don't even know. I got a comment earlier today. The person was asking me about meditation, like guide to meditation. And the thing is I really can produce a guide. What? I don't know where this music's coming from. I think I found it. I thought I found it. Where is it coming from? Which is special. But there it is. Okay. So tell me, what do you guys think? That was about 15, 16 minutes. We go on to talk for another hour and 15 minutes. We talk for an hour and 15 minutes, but later on in there, I begin to ask questions. I asked questions, and I was really asking for application from Bishop. Bishop would really begin to talk and go through these things, and he's speaking his mind, but sometimes it'd be kind of difficult for a person to, when he talks, great talk, but then there's a lot of questions and people have, and application. So how do we do it? I would always say that. How do we do this, Bishop? How do we do what you're saying? But I have two of those in about hour and a half long, and I had a wonderful. Yes, he was. He was tapped in. Absolutely. The way I did that was really just he and I. Honestly, it was he and I kind of messing around. Like, I had a vision of maybe finishing 10 episodes and releasing it. Just a conversation. But it was hard to get Bishop to have them ability to get to the studio, so that we can, um, do that. I do have other videos and other stuff that, it's more, to me, a lot of it could be a little bit sort of intimate, and things that I think we can have and we can discuss and we can talk. Like those talks there, Holy Shift. I kind of coined that because I wanted him to kind of pen a book on the Holy Shift, because it's like the way I seen it was like sacred, as he would say, but holy, as in like the Holy Bible. But it was like there's a shift that's happening in the sacred. And you either tapped in, tuned in, or you go along with the traditional way. And millions of people will continue to go on traditionally speaking, but excuse me, I truly believe that, and I know that it's not going to stay the same, folks. And the transition that we're seeing today is how we feel like we're going behind, like we're going backwards. I think there's elements of that, the timeline where people are living, people do want to make America, make the world like it was. When they felt like, or when those individuals feel like the world was better. And I think, honestly, a lot of people do that. A lot of people want to rewind time and go back to when it was this or that, especially as they age and they're not in a level of consciousness, not in a level of existing, not able to transition who they are, not able to witness their experience and their expression. When you feel like your calling is to do something on earth, to me, that's not elevating people, elevating the body, elevating the mind, elevating the consciousness. Y'all with me? We're grateful and thankful for Bishop Carlton Pearson. Thankful and grateful for his life and his experience and his expression. Thankful for the opportunity that we have had to share with each other his life, his legacy. Thankful that I had the ability, maybe the calling or the gift or the responsibility to help him as he did his thing. I enjoyed my time with Bishop Carlton Pearson. I was not a person that went towards him, wanted to be necessarily around him at his peak. I just met him when Wayman Tisdale said, "Call my bishop. He's my friend. We cool. Like, I love Bishop Carlton." It's like, yeah, I remember him on TV. And I was producing a TV show, or I was kind of like line producing for TNT. And I don't even know if Bishop made the cut on that video. He was dynamic. It was the first time I ever experienced him. And he was like talking about Wayman. And he was like, something to do with, he's something to do with music, and music means to muse. And, Bishop began to articulate words. And, Bishop could talk about pizza dough and how the pepperoni with the ravioli combined it with the sauce to produce. I mean, he could talk about anything, and you'd be like, sometimes it's hard to sit back and to know that he's gone, but I've lived long enough to see quite a few people that are big in stature, kind of well known, that had a big voice and they transition. But one of the things that I want you to know and want us to know is that not only Bishop was a person that has transitioned, that has great, wonderful things to say and leave on the planet, is that we all strive and desire to become, and get closer to our higher self. There was one thing that he said that I think was really, really beautiful whenever he talked about the journey. He talked about being curious. He talked about the evolution without devolution or dissolution. there was some really unique things that really pointed out to me whenever it comes to him and his journey. And one of the things is that I don't think he claimed to just know something, but feel something and to act up on what he was feeling. And I appreciate that because now we have the ability to ask questions. We have the ability to go deeper ourselves. You heard him say that he was where he come from. I'm trying to see here if I can read it because I have the script, but he talked about essentially where him getting coming up in the Pentecostal, and then one of his things was to say he talked about the Metacostal. So Bishop kind of liked what he experienced. That's what he knew. And I think a lot of us and a lot of people still likes the shouting and dancing and the churching and a lot of people like that. Which I mean, I allow people to be, even if a person is not into inclusion or um, expanding consciousness, and they're in their traditional ways. I have to respect it. I respect it. I have questions about things that say, "For God so loved the world, He gave His only Son." Because if God could love, would He be us? Is love something that we can pinpoint in how it is or what it means outside of ourselves? I would sure hope so. Pure love, unconditional, or as Brother John Thomas says, absolute. Because with conditions, with unconditioned comes conditions, right? We love our kids, but there's times that we don't like them, even our spouse. Um, we struggle with what love truly is. I'm not sure if God needs to love when it pure consciousness just is. It's a very tough word. A lot of people that I listen to, especially in the spiritual spaces or in the consciousness spaces, they don't really bring up the word God much because it carries a heavy weight. Although it's changing and evolving for us, and we are here to contemplate and ask these questions. I function more like a philosopher, a mystic, under questioning the answers. Did you guys hear Bishop say that? I've been studying, and one of the things that I think is really powerful to me is that the infinite intelligence. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Breath is spirit. Where you are right now, put your hand on the screen right now. No, I'm joking. Where you are right now, in your pajamas, I see you. I mean, I'm not just like looking in there. That's kind of creepy, but I'm just telling you. I know you sitting there in your pajamas and relaxing and enjoying this evening of inspiration in the expanded conscious community. But let's just breathe, pay attention to your breath, right? As we go into this space and exploration of who we are, the infinite intelligence, I want to talk about this. Something that I've been working on. And I believe as we get this understanding and we ask the right questions, I believe that it can change things. Hopefully, my camera doesn't die. She's asking for some battery, but we'll move through this. Breathing deep and releasing. Setting aside any preconceived notions, any traditional image that we would want to call out, and every story we've been told about this God. Often we hear the word God and immediately attach it to the image of a man on a throne in the sky, doling out rewards and punishments. But what if we expand our consciousness and we realize that God isn't a being out there, but a presence in here, within us, around us, even beyond us? As you guys know, Bishop Carlton had his book, and it said that God is not a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, or a Hindu. God is not even religious. It's very profound. I think more profound than we even give it credit. What Carlton wasn't inviting us to recognize is that the divine essence cannot be just boxed into a belief system. God isn't confined by a language we use to describe it. In fact, I believe that God is not a noun. It is a verb, constantly unfolding, creating, expanding. I think we could even come up with another word for it. We try. Consciousness, which is not related to me. That's just a part of us. But we will say source in the universe. I like to think of God as the infinite intelligence, and there's more I can explain to that in science as they come up with this, but the ultimate energy that gives life, sustains everything we see, we feel, and we experience. Think about it. The same intelligence that orchestrates the stars in the cosmos is the same intelligence that allows our heart to beat, our lungs to breathe. That intelligence is you. It is us. Folks, this is expanded consciousness. That is what teaches us. It's a movement away from the narrow interpretations of God as something external, some distant force, right? We must please. And the realization that we are co-creators, within this divine intelligence, folks. Man. Hmm. Whew. the stuff is just always with me and in my head. I don't know if it was Bishop, right? But the shift in understanding allows us to access what I would call, or you've heard, Christ consciousness within us, not something unique to the historical figure, right? That we have learned about, which I believe all the signs and the writings and the wonder and the expressions and experiments and all these different things as we talk about this energy, the energy that is a part of the awareness that is available to us. Do they really want us to know? Yes, I know there's ego, but that's a whole nother story. But Bishop Carlton, he said, you and I are the human expressions of the infinite power, wisdom, and intelligence that some call God. So, in one of his books, when we fully understand this, our lives can change. We stop begging for miracles because we realize we are the miracle. This is just me, right? We stop asking for signs and start living as the sign. How about that? But let's just pause and address the challenges we have, right? The expanded understanding often feels uncomfortable because it dismantles what you have been taught, I've been taught, and what other people want to teach us and the places people want to keep us. It challenges the constructs of things like religion, right? That have been intertwined, right? Using control and things like fear. And of course, as we see today, division. There's more division amongst the people that are in the church. I do better at a lot of times when I don't even bring up things about the church, in the sense that if a person asks me if I'm Christian, right? Because technically I'm not, if that's what we consider that, right? And once I do that, I'm not a Christian. I don't think the Bible is infallible. I'm not on the battlefield for my Lord. They tend to leave me alone. Because it's like, what do we have? Like, you're not ready to fight me? They want to fight each other. And I'm done with fighting. Bishop would say the cult of Christianity, kind of like Mike Williams titled one of his book. And I think it has a lot of, I think a lot of it makes sense. So as we have been trapped into a lot of these systems, right, that limit God to, of course, dogma and not necessarily seeing and understanding the expansion of life and who we are. Of course, we want to limit that. And I want to be clear. I want to be so clear that I am not. I am not. I am not attacking faith. I am not attacking yo Jesus. In fact, it's an invitation to reclaim the original mystic essence of the teachings of the Christos, of the Christ, as we read it. Maybe go into some of the original text and understanding from some of the even other books, that sacred books that were removed or displaced or dismantled. You hear it all the time, and they say the kingdom is within you. Is that metaphorical? Evidently, because if it's not metaphorical, I think it's real. Deep breaths. I believe that it's real. Expanded consciousness means that we realize that the divine is not something you seek, it's something that you are. The movement towards expanded consciousness is it's reimagining that word God as the infinite intelligence that you are. We push it out. AI is us, the infinite intelligence that we seek. The reason why you're here with me today is the infinite intelligence within you that says, I know there is more. I know there is life. I feel the abundance of myself becoming and being free. Once you get a taste of it, it's an empowerment, folks. It's an empowerment. It's about moving beyond fear and into love, the love that you would see or feel when you see that baby that may be yours for the first time. Can't explain it. Or how you feel when someone is gifted a gift and they come from the heart and they may cry. You feel that love. It's about taking responsibility for our lives as co-creators of this vast interconnected universe. Balancing the yin and the yang, right? In every thought, action, and intention, we hold a piece of the divine energy, the divine essence that's shaping the world around us. What do you think? So, what do you do with all this? What do you do with it? I'm just asking that you first 100% honor it. Practice breathing. Practice silence. In the midst of what you are experiencing and what we're about to experience once again for another 4 years, start that internal love engine. Smile. Start my internal love engine. Smile when you don't want to, if you're just in the room, because the brain doesn't know the difference. It's time for us to learn and go deeper into meditation. Learn to go within, because within you is the wellspring of wisdom. It connects us to everything, folks. It connects us to everyone. And the next thing is just stop judging yourself. 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 Learn to love yourself. Please learn to love yourself. Love yourself. Love life. Set boundaries. Expanded consciousness. It's about transcending. It's about transcending duality. It's a practice, learning to let go. Let go of the illusions, good, evil, the yin and the yang. We know it's here. But sometimes we have to let go into the silence. Right versus wrong, left versus right, realizing that all of us serve a greater purpose of awakening to who we are. I have a quote here. Bishop said, "Faith is not about believing, faith is about trusting." Trusting the infinite intelligence is what I would say. The divine process is working for your good. So I invite you to trust yourself. Love yourself. Trust the infinite intelligence. We've called it God. But this thing is alive in you. And I don't want you to misplace all the history and everything else of what they have told you. My spiritual mentor who passed 15 years ago, Dr. Gene Day. He was a part of the first class for the doctoral student at Oral Roberts. I was 25. He was probably 75. And he said, God is what man says that God is. I want you to think about that. Even though that may not be it, that's just what it is. We have to redefine it. We have to work on it. This is a movement. This is moving. This is the infinite intelligence we call God. This is expanded consciousness. You are expanded consciousness. I have here something by Dr. Joel Brown, who is a part of the community, who is a physician currently in Canada. And this is something he created for me. 4 meditations.
People think that faith.
Well, we thought it was. I guess it's not. That sounds like a conversation. I thought I had it on here, but maybe I'll just have to play it like this. Dr. Joel Brown is a musician also. Hang on real quick. I know you still hear me. Take this moment in this time to close your eyes. Pause. And breathe. You are amazing. want you to just take this moment to work on healing yourself. And I want you to breathe in your stomach, your diaphragm. Breathe in your chest. And release it. Release all of it. I want you to do that about 3 times. Just let go. Let go of all that you can right now. With your eyes closed, and I just want you to breathe. Move out of space. Move out of time. Just be here and now. Just be here and now. Pure love. Everything is as it should be. Because everything is. And at this moment in time, you are disconnecting to the outside world and connecting to your heart. The heart has 5,000 times the energy that pushes out. Receive what is yours. Receive what is yours. Blessings. 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 Man, if I don't stop, I'll keep going. Whew. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. How's everyone feeling? I thank you. Appreciate you. So, I'm on the final steps for the expanded conscious community. I plan on taking it live in Patreon for the community. And so it should be live tomorrow. And I will post it on my main page on Facebook. And if you would like to, you can just use this forum that I have here. And I'll post this too. If you just fill out that form, if you haven't, I know some people have. You don't have to watch the video. But if you fill out that form, I'll be sending emails. And anyone that has donated before, you're going to automatically be included for the first month for sure. I love this. Miss Marie, she's relaxed. Good. Relaxation is the key because you're not in stress state. We can live in stress state, and we need to not get in balance and not be stressed. It allows us to be open and free, to allow the infinite intelligence to be within us. Miss Denise Washington, blessings. Miss Velma, you've been an encourager of me to do this since Bishop. I appreciate you. Miss Gwen, so appreciate you. And no, if you've already filled it out, you don't need to do it again. That's only for the people who haven't filled it out. And plus, I will post it. Just go ahead and if you watch that in replay, you'll see that. And hopefully, if I have this go live tomorrow, I'll have it set up where we'll do a Zoom and try to get 5 or 10 of us together on a Zoom so that we can actually have a conversation, talk, meet each other. It's beautiful. Miss Wanda, Miss Velma, Miss Rose. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Miss Higgins, rise up and expect it to flow every minute, everywhere. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, we have some beautiful. If you guys get a chance, if you haven't, go through the comments. Check the comments. If you're on YouTube, you can go to Facebook. If we were stripped of every emotion, could we explain God? Ooh. I think we'd probably do much better. Well, I appreciate everyone that was here. I shall be back next week. I'm involved in a lot of transitions. I'm going to my daughter's last football game in Arkansas, about 3.5 hour drive tomorrow. And then I'll go probably the next weekend. And then I'll go again in December to move her out until the next semester. I'm grateful and thankful for the opportunity to do so. I appreciate everyone that's here. And I wish you to have a wonderful and beautiful evening. And until next week, have a good one.